What's going on, guys? It's Jerron Mod. Welcome back to another episode of NBA Kicks, the show where we count down the 10 best sneakers in the NBA every single week of the season. Today we have a great episode for you guys. We have one shoe that'll teach you a little bit of history that I'm pretty sure you guys aren't gonna know about already. I know I didn't, so I was really happy to kind of learn about the history of them. It's pretty cool. And then we have another shoe that's actually for my own personal collection that an actual NBA player actually wore. How many times am I gonna say actually? I don't know, but this episode of NBA Kicks is actually about to start. Starting off the list at number 10, we have Steph Curry with the Curry 9. So here, obviously, we have a custom colorway of the Curry 9, but this is the shoe that actually taught me a little bit of history that I had no clue about. Right off the bat, these obviously use multiple shades of purple, lavender, and even a light blue, but the upper is the real star of the show here with a Queen Lucy graphic, which is inspired by Lusia Harris, the only woman to ever be drafted in the NBA. Yes, you heard that correctly. Lusia Harris was drafted by the New Orleans Jazz in the 1977 draft with the 137th overall pick. Now, technically, Denise Long was the first woman ever selected in the NBA draft by the San Francisco Warriors in 1969. However, the league violated that selection, so due to a technicality, Harris holds the crown as the only woman to ever be officially drafted. But of course, she never ended up playing in the NBA, in part because she was later revealed to be pregnant at the time of her being drafted. But still, I had no idea that a woman, let alone two, were actually drafted in the NBA draft. So this custom is just awesome for bringing something to light that I had no idea about. But now I'm glad I know. Good job, Steph. Next up at number 9, we have Jeremy Grant with the T-Mac 3. Now, recently, Adidas has been dropping old silhouettes from their basketball lineup and updating them with modern day technology, and they're calling this their Restomod series. Here we got Jeremy Grant rocking the T-Mac 3, which was a silhouette that was at the top of my Grail list in 2004, since T-Mac was right up there with the biggest stars in the league, and these T-Mac 3s were the kicks that he was rocking. This colorway uses a white, blue, and yellow color scheme with a small hit of metallic gold on the midsole, but if you take a close look at that outsole, you'll see a bit of bounce branding, which again is a part of that Restomod series and should offer an updated feel to what is otherwise a dated silhouette. Like seriously, I actually saw these in the store, not this colorway, but another one, and I picked them up and I was like, damn, we wore some clunky, funky shoes back in the day. Coming in at number 8, we have Jason Tatum with the Air Jordan 36. Jordan Brand hooks Jason Tatum up again with another crazy player exclusive colorway, this time inspired by guacamole or no guacamole. Apparently, this colorway has been given the nickname No Guac, which you could actually see with the tag right there on the upper, and obviously uses an all green color scheme. But what I love most about this colorway is that eclipse plate on the midfoot, which looks exactly like the pit of an avocado with that brown makeup. But still, this colorway's name actually has me confused. Like, they're called the No Guacs because I'm assuming Tatum isn't a fan of guacamole and he orders everything with no guac, which is exactly what I do. But if that's the case, then why is the shoe made up of all avocados? I don't know, there just seems to be a real disconnect there, but still, awesome concept and incredible execution. But by the way, Team No Guac. Next up at number 7, we have Brook Lopez with the Zoom Freak 1. Brook Lopez is finally back on the court and he returns in exceptional fashion with a custom colorway of his teammate's first signature silhouette. Now, right off the bat, I'm not even going to speculate on what this cartoon character is from because on last week's episode, you guys kicked my butt because I didn't know who Kick Buttowski was, and I actually mistook him for Speed Racer. So I'll leave the cartoon speculation up to you guys, and I'll just talk about the custom work, which I think is absolutely fantastic here. The artwork is absolutely A1, and my favorite part about them is that design towards the front of the shoe, which fits the shape of the silhouette extremely well, even though I wish that these colors were a little bit richer. But come on, guys, how many times do I have to tell you? I didn't watch that many cartoons growing up. I was a sports guy. ESPN was my channel. But if you're talking about cartoons, Dexter's Laboratory, Ed, Ed, and Eddie, these were the things that I was into, not Kick Patowski, whoever that is. Next up at number 6, we have Darius Basley with the G.O.A.T 2. Now last week, Kawhi Leonard debuted his second signature model with New Balance, but this week we have his shoe brand teammate Darius Basley rocking the new money colorway, which I think is a huge step up from its predecessor. The first new money colorway on the original Kawhi had a lot of weird shades of blue on it for some reason, but this time around, New Balance just sticks with that same shade of pale green, just like money, but also adds hits of metallic gold on the heel cup, as well as some graphics that are subtle enough not to be distracting, but unique enough to offer up something creative. Overall, the G.O.A.T 2 just looks like a much more refined silhouette than the original Kawhi, and the second shot at this new money colorway is a much improved attempt. But my only criticism is the 100 tag on the tongue should have just been the retail price of the G.O.A.T 2, so that would be $160. Damn, $160?
It's expensive.
Next up at number 5, we have Stanley Johnson with the Kobe 4. Now, Stanley Johnson actually rocked 2 colorways of the Kobe 4, both of which are fantastic, but this all black pair is hands down my favorite of the 2. Now, these are very obviously an old Nike ID of the Kobe 4s, which makes them extremely rare, but the all black makeup with the patent leather on the toe is just an absolutely killer look, and the hits of yellow on the tongue and swoosh with a small dash of purple on the logo and personalized tag just make for an exquisite colorway that I wish Nike released while the Kobe 4 was being pro-trolled. But if I had $1 for every time I said that, I would have enough money to actually buy a pair of Kobe's. GG's, Nike. Next up at number 4, we have Paul Pierce with the Nike Air Max P2. All right, so here we obviously have a really unique pick since Paul Pierce is obviously retired, but during KG's retirement jersey ceremony, Pierce was seen sitting courtside rocking the Air Max P2, which is kind of sort of a Paul Pierce signature sneaker. Now, technically, Pierce did have his own signature line with Nike, but it was only available to the public in kid sizes. So I don't know if you guys want to officially count that, but either way, Pierce is back here rocking the Air Max P2s, which are indeed the sneaker that Pierce wore during the 2008 finals run, where he would ultimately end up winning a ring as well as finals MVP. I actually think it's super thoughtful of Pierce to go deep into his closet to bust out a shoe from back in 2008 for KG's jersey retirement. But nostalgia aside, this is just a pretty clean sneaker on its own with a green, white, and gold color scheme, as well as a P2 logo on the heel for a nice personalized touch. But come on, guys, let's litigate this now. Should we count Paul Pierce as one of the guys who had his own signature line when his shoes were only available in kid sizes? I mean, I think we technically have to say yes, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Next up at number 3, we have PJ Tucker with my pair of Kobe 11 IDs. Yes, you heard that right. PJ Tucker rocks a Grinch-inspired colorway of the Kobe 11 ID, which I actually lent him myself. PJ hit me up on Instagram not too long ago because he saw one of my old posts of the Kobe 11s, and he asked me if he could borrow them. So I actually sent them out to him, and he rocked them during his game against the Sun. And I gotta say that these look absolutely killer on the court. The only downside to the ID version of the Kobe 11 Elite is that Nike for some reason covered the upper up in a ton of glue, so the quality of the material was nowhere near the retail pair. It was just a little more stiffer, harder, and not that soft blinded material that we all loved. But still, I think my ID came out incredibly well, and I'm super glad that PJ actually rocked them on the court to give my creation a little bit of shine. I got you, PJ. Coming in as our runner-up, we have Dejounte Murray with the two-way V2. Now, it's no secret, the Spurs retro Fiesta color scheme is one of the most beloved retro uniform / color schemes in the entire NBA. And New Balance knows exactly what they're doing here with this new colorway of the two-way V2. This silhouette is just the perfect dancing partner for that Fiesta color scheme, as it has a real retro look with a high top design as well as gradient splash midsole, as well as that ink wave graphic on the overlay of the heel. The decision to go with a white upper to really ground things here was a really good move by New Balance, and I'm also glad to see that they're just sticking with what works, as yet this is another great Fiesta colorway that stands out no matter how you look at them. And oh, on a side note, Dejounte Murray is absolutely ballin', and he might be reaching signature sneaker status with New Balance, but who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. Finally, at number 1, we have Bam Adebayo with the Air Jordan 36 Low. Now, we all know that Bam has the natural nickname of Bam Bam, and over the years, we have seen him rock custom colorways that give a nod to the nickname, but now we officially have an official Bam Bam colorway. Coming in the low top form of the Air Jordan 36 silhouette, this colorway uses the same pattern on Bam Bam's outfit on the upper, and it's complemented with hits of green for some more color, as well as some neutral shades such as white and off-white on the midsole, while everything of course is topped off with a Bam Bam logo on the tongue. This is just the perfect definition of what a player exclusive colorway should be, and I'm just really impressed with the overall execution of them, as Jordan Brand definitely could have went crazier with these, but this simpler tone here suits the theme well, and for that reason, this is the sneaker that stood out to me the most, and that's why I got them at the number 1 spot as the best sneaker worn in the NBA during week 13 of the 2021-22 season. If you guys enjoyed this episode of NBA Kicks, don't forget to smash that like button because it helps me out a lot. And I'm sure you guys are already subscribed, but if you're not subscribed already, make sure you hit that button and ring that bell so you never miss an episode. My name's Jaren. It's been great having you. Catch you guys in next week's episode. Peace.